Kaizer Nation, Sanbonani, and welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now on this video guys, we have a lot to discuss, but as we're going to be discussing everything that is happening at Nasreddine, I'm hoping and I'm pleading with you guys ukuthi ngicela nje masingena kule video singangene with emotions, because nami I'm going to put my feelings aside and I'm just going to speak the honest truth that I see personally, mina, as I see fit. And also now you are welcome to give me your opinions, but of course before we dive into all of the details, please make sure to like the video. And also, if this is your first time seeing Football Trends with QP, click the subscribe button and also a bell notification so that next time when I post a new video you get notified. Now guys, I would like us to start with Oswin Appollis, a man we know Uguti has been linked with the move to the Glamour Boys for Iskati, and we do know Uguti he was on the list of the players that Nasreddine Nabi wanted, especially him and also Elias Mokwana, and it is rumored Uguti they are both wanted by the same team, same club, but we will get into that later on. So taking a look at Umfana Oswin Appollis, he's 22 years old. He plays as a left winger. He started his career at SuperSport United and then he made it to Polokwane City, where we have seen some of his great performances. And one thing I know about Oswin Appollis Bafetu is that he's trying his best to improve in terms of his goal scoring abilities, and definitely we've seen he has contributed much more in terms of Polokwane City's attacking play. Now, I could say Uguti he's one player that I do know for sure Uguti his quality, but in terms of experience, I don't think so. I don't think una experience enough. But before I take Mbugile Lepekaya, as I've stated in the beginning of the video, we are here to just talk the truth, seeing as in our criticism with negative impact, and also let's leave the emotions aside. Yes, ngiyavuma umfana quality, but when it comes to experience, Bafetu, I don't wanna lie. I don't think he has that enough experience. Let's just say it's 50% experience and also 50% the much needed experience, because we know he has even been called up to ECAF to represent the South African national team, which means obviously it's more experience. But we've had players like him before come to join Kaizer Chiefs, and a lot of them they did not go so well, because I think it was because of that thing mature that much, but we decided to go and get that kind of player. There's a lot of players that I can make an example out of this, because most cases we can sign a quality player, but to Toluguti that quality player doesn't have the needed experience, or vice versa, we sign an experienced player but to Toluguti quality it doesn't meet the standard of Kaizer Chiefs Ukoban. Just to name a few, Bafetu, we've signed Leonardo Castro. He is a Colombian striker. Utemaga joined Kaizer Chiefs who had high expectations. Kambule naye he signed, I think he was 25 years old when he joined the Kaizer Chiefs around 2019. Utemaga figure naye he was a player that we needed the experience yake and the quality yake. But he failed to give us something. I think in over 2 seasons he only managed to score 1 goal, if I'm not mistaken. So that's something I'm trying to talk about to Uti. We can have a player who has quality but angana experience, and then we can have a player who is experienced but angana quality. Even the coaching department now, it's something that I say we might look at it because we can blame the players, but also the coaching department, they need to be the best, because we cannot have only the players contributing themselves. We need both the players and also the coach to contribute in terms of everything. Currently, we have Gaston Sirino, which I do think he might be one of those players who are going to get loaned. He's an international striker. He got signed and we were expecting a lot. We were expecting a lot from Gaston Sirino, but taking a look at some of his performances, I think he's not giving us much. He's not giving us much, to be honest. And the experience is missing. He might be quality, but he doesn't have like the necessary experience that is needed at Kaizer Chiefs actually, because Kaizer Chiefs now, taking a look at it, Bafetu, even the game that we played on Sunday against the Young Africans, the huge thing that a lot of people were not considering is that we had about 5-6 players who were young stars, and also taking a look at the players that we have, thinking with the experience, the quality. I had to question the quality of the players that we currently have. And there's something that coach Nasreddine Nabi once said before azodlala that match, before the first post-match interview. He said it, we have to be honest, Buffet, too, and look at the players that we currently have without emotions. So to me, it says a lot. It means the coach does see what, okay, the players that we currently have, there's something that we need to evaluate. And for him to introduce the youngsters, it was something that he gambled on. And I think he needed to know which department or what's missing in terms of the players, the squad that I have currently in who are the players, which department do I need to revisit, restructure, and also rebuild from there. And going back to Indabaga Oswin Appollis, Oswin Appollis, as I've said before, he's a left winger, and currently with left winger position we have Upule Modi, which is a regular starter. To be honest, Upule Modi has given us some good quality in terms of that position, and then later on was Nigeza like the off quality a corner. So that's something I have to ask myself, do we like necessarily need Oswin Appollis? Because I've seen Umfundo Vilakazi. We have Umfundo Vilakazi, who is an attacking midfield who can also play with left and right winger position. I've seen him being introduced to right winger position. I did not see much positive result with right, but when he was introduced to left winger, I've seen him boast that position. Umfana is comfortable playing on the left winger. So that's something I do think even though he doesn't have much experience, the quality, he's someone who has that individual brilliance, someone who can take on defenders, someone who can destabilize, He's very good in terms of dribbling, beautiful crosses. We are going to create goal scoring opportunities. We are going to maintain width. We are going to cut and inside. He's very good when he's playing that position. So we are going to link up. He can link up, So I believe that's something, that's one department we know this is what we have, and we need to build from there. So if we bring in Oswin Appollis Buffet too, I think he's going to be the same as Umfundo Vilakazi. Maybe also later the international level of experience, but I'm not too sure in terms of that. Like, do we really need Oswin Appollis? But you guys can let me know down in the comment section below. Do we really need Oswin Appollis? Is he going to be able to deliver, or Naya he's going to become like Upule Modi? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Now, what do you think in terms of this? And that really brings me to the match that played on Sunday, where we faced the Young Africans. Taking a look at that match, now that I've tried to analyze and some of the mistakes that happened. To be honest, a lot of goals that we considered was because of our own mistakes. It was because of our own mistakes. First thing that we did that was a mistake. To be honest, we went to play an international team with some of the best quality players, with the team that has like the solid foundation, a team that is strong enough. And like I've said before, I've reported before, Coach Kamonde is someone who he doesn't like to attack. He doesn't like to play attack. He just likes to defend most cases. And then and this is how you guys play and read from that game. That's where he then make tactics out of that game. So he's a very great coach, but he's very strategic in terms of that. And another thing we have to consider, Young Africans was a stable. Coach Nabi found it, and it was not stable. They were struggling a lot. I think they were about on 4-year trophy drought, and then Magafika, he built the team from scratch. But the most important thing that he had going to that tap is that the players, a lot of players was Zainela and Ngwake. So that's something which is a bonus, because he knew if I'm like this, I need to go like this and like this and like that. And I want to tell you something, guys. The first match that the coach Nabi played with the Young Africans SC, iskosa khona besihleli kanje, bamthela induku, bamgaca 1-0. Even the second match nayo bamshaya foot. So it was the same team. They played the first leg and the second leg 1-0 again and again. So it's something that you have to ask yourself, okay, if ever he played like this and then what does it mean? Njengoba nje ngapha in South Africa, he's here coaching Kaizer Chiefs and he has lost 4-0. What does this tell you? It tells you what coach is trying to assess his weaknesses, his abilities. He's trying to see the individual brilliance. He's trying to see the players collectively. And another thing, we have to look at the players who played there. They are not used to a huge stage. So I do believe Uguti Nakona, they were caught up in terms of Uguti. They are performing for a sold out campaign, because Namiji knows Bonangami when I'm here sitting at home. When I do my live streams, I tend to make a lot of mistakes because I'm scared. I don't even see you guys, but I'm scared. So I tend to make a lot of mistakes in my speech. If you listen carefully when I'm doing my live streams, you will see it's okay. It does make mistakes. It's because I'm scared of the stage fright of it. Nkosana Mbutu was a very good example when it comes to this, because Mbonile Begatugiwe, I heard that thing, I'm playing a left back position, and also if I don't do very well, that's going to damage my career, it's going to damage my reputation, because this is my first time playing a league level game. So obviously look to corner, and that's something that we know with young players, they need to be introduced not like we give them the entire pressure. But one thing I like about Coach Nabi is that instead of killing the spirit of the players, he says, no, continue, do it until you do it right. And then also, personally, I do think we have to pride too. And to those of you who think I don't read my comments, I do read my comments, and it takes me time to read some of the comments. So I've seen a lot of you back then when we talked about Gaston Sirino, you guys were saying with him, we not need this player. But recently I've seen some of the new comments. You guys, so even all of you who were saying we don't need this guy, now saying okay, definitely we do need this guy. So for me, I think it makes sense for Kaizer Chiefs currently to sign players that have experience and also equality, and Gaston Sirino is one of those players, to be honest. So if we're going to sacrifice Asane level, because I don't think he's experienced Mfana, his quality but experience nothing, who are they going to depend on? Those young boys, who are they going to learn from? So that's something that being and healing is buzu. Okay, if ever we're going to sign new players, young players, but we don't have experience local, I don't think it's going to take us anywhere. That's going to take us more time, even more time, to get where we want to be. But I'm not saying we're not going to get there, but it's going to take us more time. Unless if we want quick things, then definitely we need to bring in the experienced players. And with Sirino, I'm hoping guys, he's going to come in and give us that 1 year contract or 2 years contract, whatever, give us that experience that we need, so desperately need. Because when it comes to front scoring opportunities, we can see we are lacking a lot. And one thing I do know, we need to fix everything. We need to fix from the back, come to the middle, and then straining our forwards. Taking a look at the goalkeeper, Brendan Peterson, let's say, guys, this time around, I'm not gonna blame him. I am blaming him a bit there and there, but I'm not gonna blame him, because I've even seen he's done his job. He did some beautiful saves, but the back four, if they're not protecting the goalkeeper, then definitely how can I blame him? Because the mistakes were there on the back. There's nothing he could have done. Wonke lama goals, it was goals there was nothing he could have done. Even Nabo best goalkeeper current, Nabo Ronan Williams, Nabo Bayabashaya, those goals. I've seen him fucking the young player from Pirates, if I'm not mistaken. He scored that beautiful goal. Goalkeeper had nothing. He didn't know what's being, but he tried his best. And then Bamkora, because there was nothing he could do. And yeah, I do think we need to yehlisa pride. Gaston Sirino has been offered to Kaizer Chiefs. Agent yakhe Bamban Bafetu nali player if you want to sign him. And for me, let's not take a look at the negatives. Let's not say Uti he's a Sundowns reject. He's not a Sundowns reject. The thing is, there was a problem with him, just like we've seen. Urulano Mokwena, is he a Sundowns reject? Nope, he's not. But there was a problem within the club itself. So that's why some of them, we saw them leaving. It's because there's a problem in the club. So maybe definitely Nati, we do have a problem with Kaizer Chiefs inside the club, but let's not focus on that currently. Let's move out a bit and then we take a look at some of the players. Even Oinaso, I think we should sacrifice a striker, an international striker for Oinaso Miguel. The reason why is because given him Samango is too comfortable on his position, and bringing in that player that has experience is going to teach the young players a lot. I don't think he has that much experience. Yes, his quality, but experience is something that we're lacking. Almost all the players that we currently have experience in is something that is definitely lacking. And the philosophy, Chiefs, we don't even know what anymore, because we don't have those players that they know this is how they play. We've seen, but I'm happy with the progress in terms of the players, in terms of building from the back, which is something that I've wanted for a long time. And yeah, I've seen which they've introduced this very well, even though there are still some silly mistakes that are happening. I hope they can fix all of those mistakes going forward, because we cannot build a team in just 3 months, and we cannot build a team in just 6 months. Obviously, we're gonna strive and do the hardest in terms of that, and then we're gonna see from there what are we going to have, because it's going to be a difficult one. But PSL is very hard, and especially now in Jongoba, it's called the Betway Premiership. And then I think that's it. But please commenter, don't comment with emotions. Just think about the fact, think about the reality, and comment on something okay, yeah, definitely this is happening, and that and that and that, so this is what we need to do. So yeah, I think this is it, guys. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I will definitely see you soon with something new.